Together myself, Singapore. Fighting on the blue corner. Юсуф, рост 175 сантиметров, 66 метров, 44, 75 сантиметров, official weight 66 kilograms even. Your personality record 6 боев, 6 побед, ни одного поражения. Ladies and gentlemen, the international record 6 battles, 6 victories, no losses. He was team fighter ever, his style, freestyle wrestling. И Санкт-Петербурга, встречайте, Марат! Его соперник Раисов, fighting over the red corner. Бойцы 21 год, рост 175 сантиметров, вес 60-61 килограмм. Вырывание весов 75 сантиметров, he's weighing at 66.1 kilograms. Его профессиональный рекорд также не знает поражений. 9 боев, 9 побед. Его стильный рейд, his style, still undefeated, из Раисова, Юсуф, Раисов. Его бойца не снявшие всеми горечь поражений, но победитель с чемпионским поясом и след видит только один.
The referee, Mark Goddard, brings these two fighters together ahead of the first of our 4 title weight fights here at ACB 50. Marат the motivator, Balаев in the blue corner. Юсуф bores Раисов in the red. This will start the new era in the featherweight division. Whoever takes this belt will be making a statement. There'll be no disguising the game plan of Marат Balаев. He'll be looking to close that distance. Opening up with a big overhand right, though.
Got an exchange under the end, though. Raisov doing exactly what he has to do. Be explosive, be active with the strikes, and not allow himself to be in a grappling position with somebody at such a high level as Balаев, who's a extremely experienced grappler in wrestling.
And we've also got to take into account, these are 5-round fights that we are looking at now. I spoke to the coach of the motivator, and he said he gets that name because of the way he trains. We just experienced it, the scream in front of us before they were called together. He said he trains hard, he's a big influence in his gym. Always ready for 3 to 5 rounds, and he thinks actually that might be the difference between him and Юсуф. He's had long, hard battles before. Quite a few of his fights have gone to decision. They think they might be more ready for the 5 rounds than Юсуф, the young fighter who's very heavily muscled for this weight division.
Romero uses Raisov is making this not a pure wrestling match. He's able to land the strikes, beat him up, showing Balаев that this isn't a pure freestyle grappling match where he would be at a disadvantage. The fact that this is MMA, the wrestling has to be included with the strikes.
That striking they've been working on at Fight Club Bakut in Grozny with Юсуф on display there. Some nice mixing up the strikes, but when you mix them up with kicks like that, you open up the opportunities for a grappler like this to get hold of a limb and do what they do. Юсуф got the opportunity to train in America, Poland, Thailand for this fight, but they pulled together like a super camp. They had Saidov, Bezlanezaev, Duraev, who was supposed to be on the card as well, all training out in Grozny.
Oh, beautiful jab to a left hook.
Looking to peak at the same time, and when I spoke to his brother yesterday, he said they want to really show the strike and the quality of this young man's, the versatility. But Balаев is just moving forward, just stalking.
Not coming behind any kind of really efficient strikes. He just keeps throwing that overhand right. There it landed. Is something wrong with Yusuf's left foot?
He keeps, I was going to say that, he keeps sort of stretching out his...
Yeah, his ankle like he's doing...
There you go,
there goes again.
That'll be an interesting factor to watch. I thought maybe it was just something he was doing when he was stretching, when they were sort of across the cage from each other. He's doing it in the fight, which is maybe the sign we're looking at some sort of injury there. It's a dangerous thing to turn your ankle as well over. Oh, big right hand caught there, Raisov. But it replies with a big knee.
Now, this is a tough fight for Raisov to be in at this stage of his career, his age. He's fighting a guy that is not stopping no matter what he hits him with. Baliev is just coming forward. It's not pretty. It's not even technically sound, but he's just no quit in him, and he's driving forward.
I spoke to his coach yesterday, Sergei Nikitov, sorry, and I asked him to describe his fighting style, and he actually said that. He said he's an aggressive fighter, but it's his big spirit that really shines through in the fight, the relentlessness, the stalking, the going forward, the no quit. And it's actually Raisov that looks for the grappling exchange, the takedown first.
Well, I think that's also true that right there a few seconds ago, he landed a beautiful straight right hand on Baliev, and he did not even blink. He just kept coming forward. So I think he's just looking for some way to get a break. He can't seem to get this guy off of him by hitting him. Usually you smack a guy with a good shot and he's going to back up and take a breather. Baliev is just walking through everything he's doing to him and marching him down and not really giving Raisov an opportunity to take a break.
10 seconds left in this first round, and it has been all action. Nice low kick there from Raisov. The pressure of Baliev is just relentless.
Talk about heart and mental fortitude. This is a tough guy in Baliev because Raisov is doing everything right. He's technically sound. You see why he's a prospect. His speed, his technique. He even has the courage to go and shoot on a guy who's a more dominant wrestler than he is, and nothing he's doing is dissuading Baliev from just marching forward, coming forward, and ugly too. It's not like anything that, hey, kids at home, if you're watching Baliev fight, this isn't actually a technical game of like, hey, well, do it this way. But what he's doing is just coming forward and being aggressive and just is not accepting anything that Raisov's doing to get him, to deter him from just marching on him.
That's a stifling style, isn't it? It's not allowing the expressive sort of striking of Raisov, which is very dangerous. If he's allowed that distance to throw those spinning attacks, throw those big punches, then he's dangerous. But he's almost zombie mode, isn't he? Just walk forward, let's just take some punches and let's push this kid as deep as he's ever been.
He is. He's going to test the mindset. And, typically I got to think that a 40-year-old is going to be mentally tougher than a 20-year-old.
And a 40-year-old wrestler, like not just any wrestler, a national champion freestyle wrestler. They talk about the wrestling spirit, the what you have to go through to reach that level. The constant grind, the amount of competitions you have to do, the fitness level you have to be at.
And scary for Raisov is that Baliev is now starting to throw a left hook after the right hand. There he takes a kick to the head. He's walking forward.
And here we go, big winning shots. And Raisov looking for maybe a bit more flair there, but not very effective yet. This pressure is huge. Raisov working that jab, switching up the angles, but physically, Baliev is not causing a lot of damage to the body. Oh, that's a nice uppercut though from.
And that would put most guys on their butt.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I don't know how many other guys at 145 would walk through that uppercut the way that Baliev just walked through it and come forward.
Look at that. Now he's digging deep and trying to do some exchanges, but Baliev, like I said, he's not giving out much damage, but he's chipping away at what will be the cardio needed for that third, fourth, fifth, those championship rounds, which if Raisov...
Oh, beautiful. He got the feet up, and now he's making Raisov try to push him off, and this is a lot of trouble. He's blocking the hips. See how he's elevating the feet up like that? He's not allowing Raisov to belly down and be able to get in a position where he can get up to his feet. Again, picking that inside leg up.
There we go, the wrestling control of Balаев. Looking to lock up his hands. Raisov aware of that, trying to force that away, but Balаев happy with just an ankle pick to start with. Got to watch the angles on those elbows. And the crowd responds to Balаев, the St. Petersburg man. It's almost a Cinderella man story, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Coming to MMA late, coming back into the game after competing at such a high level.
Nice right hand, left hand coming from Balаев.
Blood from the under the eye of Balаев. So again, he's getting that takedown.
It's starting to get a little bit easier. Raisov needs to not show him any kind of chink in his armor here. He needs to continue doing what he's been doing and fight hard.
Now Balаев getting the back of Raisov, looking to get the hooks in, and he's got his arms under. Potentially this could be it.
He looks like he's too above the chin.
And Raisov escapes that one, but Balаев looking to get straight into mount.
Even if Raisov is not able to pull off the victory tonight, the amount he's grown so far and going to be able to develop from this experience is going to be insurmountable.
Just 1 minute left, just over 1 minute left in this second round of the featherweight title bout. Looking to pass, trying to get the mount. Raisov looking to switch it up, but... And we're back to our feet, but no let-up from Balаев.
I can't imagine how this fight is going to possibly go 5 rounds. The pace and the intensity that these two guys are going is incredible. There's a reason why Olympic wrestling matches are only 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There's only so much a human being can be able to do in a match that intense. And these guys are essentially going to have to go 25 minutes in a hard grappling match.
And there we go, we get through another round. Balаев just showing pure grind there.
I mean,
Raisov up against the cage, and he's not had an answer for his wrestling yet, and we're going to find out exactly what his cardio is made of, because being under that man, taking that sort of damage for 5 minutes, not many fighters can take that.
The mental fortitude of Raisov is going to be called into question here, and rightfully so. He's doing everything right. There's nothing I can sit here and go, well, he should have controlled here, he should have done this. He's throwing great combinations, he's moving, he's trying to grapple back, he's building back bases. Balаев is just tenacious. He's walking through shots. That uppercut that caught him there, he took a kick to the side of the head there on the ear. Here, another uppercut, left hook, right hand, left hook. I mean, those are great combinations, and he's not quitting, he's not stopping. It just, he's ran into a very determined warrior in Balаев who just is refusing to stop. No matter what you do, I'm going to keep coming forward and driving unless you put me to sleep.
You say he's not flinching, he's not reacting, he's barely blinking when he's taking these shots, and that's got to be difficult for someone like Raisov, who's known for his power. Look at this now. They're looking to stand there and put it on the line. Big shots from both fighters. And Raisov now sprawled well there, but needs to break and get that distance back. There we have a single leg, simple wrestling takedown, but within
it's
30
probably the
seconds.
15th one that Raisov's had to try to fight off. And he made a great stand there. He's had the most success with the exchange of combinations, but Balаев again ate the combinations, shots that a lot of other guys would have stepped back and maybe looked for a breather. He marched forward. Now he's just on top again, just grinding away.
4 minutes left of this third round. We're not even in the championship rounds, but Raisov has been under this pressure from the start. It's a gritty grind. It's, as you described it, an ugly pressure that Balаев brings, but with it, it makes very tough work for Raisov to be able to do anything to counteract it.
Wow, he just drove forward on the hips. Oh, and again, just there the technicality of Balаев is showing. His wrestling ability is incredible. The way he has an understanding of where his hips are and where his opponent's hips are, stepping over and driving at the right times, that's where he's just really shining through. And for all the lack of technique that we're seeing in the stand-up where he makes up for Hart, he's showing a tremendous amount of technique in the wrestling. And that championship level wrestling that he has is really on showcase tonight.
Awareness of everything that Raisov is trying to do, keeping it simple as well when he's on top, and looking for openings, looking to set those hooks in.
He is just, I mean, he's not even having finesse. He's not trying to trick him. He just picks him up and goes, I am gonna put my hands here.
Finesse when you have Hart like this is a but look at that as well, just
great
simple
guard
little passes.
Now he's trapping the arms. He's looking for a crucifix position.
Every inch Raisov tries to move, Balаев reacts and just says go.
Wow, just manhandled him up again. Now he's more of a face crank.
What a story this will be. The man from St. Petersburg, local hero for getting the championship of, this says how long ago is it, the Soviet Union freestyle wrestling gold. But now in his hometown, after taking up MMA just short, not too long ago.
Well, I mean, and anybody who says they're, you know, in their late 30s and they don't want to compete or they think that anything about their age, Balаев is going to make you look bad.
Yes, that's right. That is right. They called for this fight with whatever opponent. When Yusuf Raisov was named as the one that they would go against, many questions were asked. This is a young lion coming through. This is...
Oh, without a doubt, Raisov's going to eventually be a champion. I mean, there's no question in my mind. Watching what he's able to do here and what he's surviving, he's just facing somebody who just years of experience of being a competitor, is mentally on a level. Oh,
huge elbows coming down from Balаев. These are massive. The referee almost stepped in there. I felt the canvas move in front of us with the power Balаев was able to drop those elbows with.
I even think maybe Raisov might have been asleep there for a second.
And
looked like he was stunned, and I think the other elbow woke him up.
30 seconds left in this third round. More hammer fists coming down.
And I'm sure that you being a comedian, you could probably come up, there's a lot of dad jokes that we could be doing here as far as dating someone's daughter. We have a 20-year-old putting a beating, or a 40-year-old beating the wheels off the 20-year-old.
I'm not sure I'd make any jokes at that man's expense, because one of those elbows would have put me back to sleep.
You have to wonder, too, though, at what point in between rounds is there a possibility that Raisov's corner maybe calls this fight? They see an opportunity where you have a young lion here. You have somebody who has a great future ahead of them. how much damage do you want them to take? How much spirit do you want to have them broken? I mean, he's shown great tenacity. He's shown great fortitude. But there's been a couple moments now, starting towards the end of that third round, where you're starting to wonder, what are his opportunities and what are his chances of stopping Balayev from taking him down and avoiding this vicious ground and pound that the referee, like you said, there was a second there where all of a sudden he was, watching the fight, and he took 3-4 steps quickly forward, thinking he might have to stop the fight.
Inches away from calling it, I believe. Mark Goddard in charge of the action. Massively experienced referee. But when you talk about the corners as well, Raisov, it's his brother in the corner there. And that's hard to watch. It's hard to watch a friend go through something like this, but when it's your blood, you do have to ask that question, because Balаев is showing no signs of letting up.
That foot thing is just bugging me to no end. I'm so curious what it means.
Raisov dropping for that guillotine.
Did you hear the shout and the just yell that Balаев screamed out as he was shooting that takedown?
This coach, Sergey Nikitov, was telling me about these screams in the gym, and we've just heard one then. When he went for it, he put his heart, his lungs, everything into the back of that.
Raisov, what heart. I mean, he really went for that guillotine. Now he drove up for a shot of himself, and now again, Balаев is back on the aggressive.
This is the championship rounds, and this is what champions are made of. Raisov showing no quit in there. That ankle again.
He's done it about 5 times already.
And there we go, just a simple, and again, turns it round. With 3 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Controlling the hips masterfully. Armbar attempt from the bottom, but not even in the vicinity of being anything that would be a threat at this point.
Oh, big hammer fists as well there. And just working the cardio of this man. And the heart of Raisov. Big knee to the back there. We'll have to watch placing that on the spine. Now taking his back, and even more dangerous position for Raisov to be in, with 2.5 minutes left in this 4th round. Mark Goddard watching very closely.
Raisov needs to make sure that other hook didn't come in.
Big punches as well now.
Oh, being mounted at this late in the fight, this tired.
His elbows coming down. You can hear him screaming and grunting again, Balаев, as he's dropping these.
Oh, this could be the end here.
Relentless, unanswered elbows.
Oh, look how he just uses that half Nelson to just drive him right back down, covering his hand on the face.
Old school tricks from this wily veteran. This is a man who wants this moment in front of his hometown crowd. Look at all he is putting into this.
Wow, he stepped over, didn't get bumped off. Great job of Raisov to try to explode out of that, and immediately Balayev identified it, stepped over, underhooked the head to keep him from being able to completely turn over, and forced him right back down and essentially pinned him all over again.
We're now moving into just 1 minute, 10 seconds left of this fight. Look at the grit he's putting on these punches. Юсуф digging deep to get that full guard back.
Armbar attempt again.
Here we go, he's got a Potentially.
Nope, not even close.
Potentially. And now he's eating some hammer fists for the trouble.
And look at that, though. There's no... When has Balayev taken a breath? He's not slowing down. Armbar attempt was decently solid. It just, the leg was too high on the back of the head. And immediately, uses it, passes the guard, and goes to drive the hook in and rain down more ground and pound. Oh.
Now look, turns him over. Manhandling him yet again with just 10 seconds left. We weren't expecting to see a 5th round, but it looks highly likely that we will go. One more round. Raisov quick to his feet, maybe trying to make a little statement there.
Yeah, that was actually much more smooth than I expected for how hard of a fight that he's in. I think right now he's just drained explosively, just has no power to be able to just pop out of or use the speed to avoid the grind that Balaaev is increasing on him. Just comes forward, just fights in to grab the takedown after having an exchange, a gritty exchange of strikes. And we just, ever since round 2 has just been same thing over and over again.
We are in the championship rounds.
This round, though, much more attempts there. Again, just an easy single to a dump. And here you see Balaaev just in the mount, raining down shots. And how Raisov is surviving this. His mental toughness at 20 years of age is incredible.
Hugely impressive. We enter this 5th and final round. The vacant featherweight title up for grabs. Raisov almost smiling at the other side of the cage.
Well, a lot of Vaseline on the top of Raisov's forehead.
They come together. Raisov heavy on his...
Again, that guillotine attempt.
He's got that well under the chin, but Balaaev...
He was able to force that shoulder down and drive out. Here he's going to control that bottom leg like he's been doing time and time again and pull the feet of Raisov up off the mat to drive his shoulders down, and now he's just going to go to look for the guard pass and find a position.
Potential triangle attempt, look at this! Raisov looking to make something happen in this 5th and final round.
Could you imagine if he pulls this off?
This is unbelievable. The young fighter, 21 years old. That is deep. That arm is in trouble too.
I can't explain this. The triangle he's out of, armbar, I don't know how, where his back is to us, that he was able to get out of that one.
That was pure strength on the part of Balaaev. But,
oh my.
And look at the crowd responding to this thumbs up from Yusuff Raisov.
That was incredible. Both men. Raisov to get that close to a finish, armbar, triangle attempt, and then Balaaev just somehow will his body to say no. My arm will not break and I will not go to sleep.
He stood up and just carried his weight till that lock under the knee with the foot of Raisov just slipped away. Patience and experience yet again. Still 3 minutes 15 seconds of what has been an action-packed fight. A dominant display from Balaaev, but like you said, all credit to Raisov. No quitting this young man.
No, I mean, that 5th round going for a vicious triangle attempt that wins most fights.
Not willing to give up that mount easy either, but Balaaev happy to switch.
Look at him floating from side to side, attempting the mount. Raisov doing a great job of keeping his knees in there to not allow him to get on his hips above the legs there. But just Balaaev showing again, not only does he have heart, but world-class wrestling abilities to float the hips, go to the other side.
What a moment this will be for the 40-year-old from St. Petersburg. A role model within his gym. A legend in the city already for that Freestyle Soviet Union Freestyle Wrestling Championship. And now, taking on one of the most dangerous fighters in the 145-pound division and dominating him. 1 minute 50 left, more pressure from Balаев. Now looking to get those hooks in.
Rightfully so. Crowd chanting out Balаев's name.
Yeah. The output, if I could see the amount of strikes thrown from Balаев, takedown attempts, the numbers must be huge. 5 rounds non-stop.
And I don't know if the numbers would even do it justice, because every moment of this fight has been a grind. Head down, just driving forward. Raisov has not quit at any moment, really, to allow Balаев to have an easy go. I mean, he's constantly having to float and drive and use every ounce of his technique and every ounce of his heart, which is just immeasurable. But at the same time, it isn't like Raisov hasn't broke. I don't see it. I mean, a lot of other guys at some point would concede, and he's not.
No, some guys would give up their neck or an arm just to end what has been relentless punishment for 5 rounds, but Raisov has shown his skill in many fights, and now he is showing his heart.
He's just leaving I mean, people say leave everything inside the cage. Look at this.
Big, big shots to the body. We are 10 seconds away from crowning a new champion, and what a moment this will be in his hometown of St. Petersburg. Listen to that crowd. And look at what it means to Marат Balаев.
That was incredible.
There we have Mark Goddard.
Wow.
He's been in there with some of the best fights on the planet, and he just came up to us going, well, I can't say exactly what he said, but let's just say he was very impressed.
Wow.
You can see exactly what it meant, exactly how much energy Balаев spent making this moment. There he is with his coach, Sergei Nikitov. Both fighters embracing now as well. If you are a featherweight watching that at home, looking at this division, that's a scary prospect coming into a cage now. It's going to a decision, but let's face it, Marат Balаев has got to be the new world champion.
And you see Balаев, who's going to be the current champion. Looks like he's probably going to have the belt for here for a year or two before, you know, eventually age will catch up to everybody. But you have Raisov right on his tail, who's right there with him. And only 20 years of age.
And to say he's been through that, he barely looks out of breath. That's a phenomenal performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the end of the title bout, we're going to the judges' scorecards. Судья номер 3, Judge 1, 49-42, 49-42. И судьи 2 и 3 одинаково оценили бой 49-44. And judges 2 and 3 are endurance scoring the same, 49-44. Таким образом, в единогласном решении судей одержал победу. Остается непобежденным чемпионом лиги NCB по Конгрессе. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still undefeated and new NCB featherweight champion, Marат
The crowd on their feet there for their new champion. We should get a few words with Marат, the motivator Balаев, as he receives what is a beautiful belt, the Bakut. Gold around his waist finally. Let's hear from the man himself.
этой лиги и такую возможность в моей жизни. У меня в жизни были очень маленькие лазейки, чтобы вылезти. И спасибо этой лиге, что поверили в меня и дали возможность проявить себя. Спасибо. Спасибо моему сопернику Юсуфу Раисову. Это очень талантливый молодой парень, очень опасный. И я думаю, за ним большое будущее. Я думаю, с ним еще мы потренируемся вместе и вообще сдружимся. Очень хороший парень.
И слова Юсуфу Раисову.
Всем добрый вечер. Спасибо, что пришли. Поддержали моего оппонента. Огромное спасибо руководству Лиги ECB. Я дошел до титула. Я усердно готовился, очень хорошо. После первого раунда я уже подзабился, потому что мой соперник подготовился лучше меня. Я считаю, что он более достоин этого пояса, у него может быть не быть больше шанса. Я же вернусь, я надеюсь на это, иншаллах, я выиграю несколько поединков. И опять выйду за титул, я поздравляю Марата, я поздравляю его клуб, он потрясающий боец. И мы всегда рады ему в клубе Беркута, он нас может многое научить. Сейчас он меня научил очень многому. Огромное спасибо моим братьям Зубайре, Руслану, всей команде Беркута. Огромное спасибо.
И еще несколько слов от нового чемпиона. Марат.
So we heard from both fighters there. The champion, the new champion, wanted to say thank you for the opportunity. He's felt like he's had no opportunities in his life, so he thanks ACB.
Хотел поблагодарить. Просто много людей мне помогали там, в магазине экипировки по ММА. Большое спасибо. Климуку большое спасибо из клуба Киев Файтинг. И тренеру по боксу моего. Правая проходила правая. Спасибо тебе за правую. Спасибо. Спасибо Али Хасанову, чемпиону мира по кику и по кикбоксингу, за помощь. Павлу Витруку. Мы в дуэте все, уже в тройте. И моему старшему тренеру, и не только тренеру, он мне сейчас как отец, продвигает везде и все делает возможное, и благодаря ему, конечно же, я здесь. Саня, брат, кто в Азии, Мурманск, Ауе, там всем привет, Украина, всем все доброе, извините, кого забыл.
Марат, мотивация.